What is going on, everyone? Shout out to everybody that's here. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at unofficialj and also my other social media as well. And make sure you like this video, man. We're going to talk about Dwayne Johnson, man. He recently got married to a longtime girlfriend and the mother of his two kids. He actually has three. He has an 18-year-old, but he also has two smaller children. Okay? Now, I want to say this before I get started. I'm not the biggest advocate of marriage, but I'm not going to be one of those guys that sits there and makes videos about why this person shouldn't do this or this person shouldn't do that. I'm not one of those type of guys. If the Rock or AKA Dwayne Johnson is happy getting married to the woman that he is with, that is his choice. And I'm all about pro-choice, pro making the best decision for you. Even though it could go wrong, that is a choice that you made. I may disagree with it, but again, that is the choice that he decided to make. Now, The Rock has been very successful from his WWE stint to his Hollywood stint, okay? And I've watched him. I watched his acting career from when it started in the late 90s. People don't know that. To now. And that was a time period. That was right around the time he met his now wife, is when his movie career kind of hit a rough patch. But then he was able to get it back on track just a couple years later. And now he's one of the highest paid, if not the highest paid, actor in Hollywood. Especially when it comes to a lot of action movies. I went to go see Hobbs and Shaw. I enjoyed the film. It's good to see movies like that. It's almost like you don't see movies like that anymore. It's always an agenda-driven film. This film was not an agenda-driven film at all. Now, you did have the insertion of the female character who, she didn't need no help. She could defend herself. She can go out here and, beat down men. Of course, you had that element. But for the most part, I enjoyed the film for what it is. It was a chance for men to go, watch an action film and really enjoy the flick, without being preached to. Now, this is according to The Blast. The Rock broke the news Monday morning that he tied the knot with his longtime girlfriend, Lauren Hashian, during a secret ceremony in Hawaii. We do Hawaii Pamakai. I believe that's how you pronounce that. And that was a caption on his Instagram photos, as you see here. Now, again, I want y'all to understand that this is a very expensive decision. Now, we don't know whether she signed a prenup. We may never know. But the only way I could see him getting remarried again, because, again, he's still cool with his ex-wife. I want people to understand that. Dwayne Johnson is still cool with his ex-wife. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe she still manages him, if I'm not mistaken. Because his wife is actually an Hollywood agent now because of what she has done with him. His wife is actually, if y'all didn't know this, she is the agent of Henry Cavill. Okay? And that is because of what she did working with The Rock. So he still has a good relationship with his first wife. And maybe that's what prompted him to do this. Now, I got to understand, he was with this woman for a long time before he married her. Now, let's see. Johnson went for the all-white look, sporting a white shirt and white pants while his 34-year-old bride wore a long white lace dress with a low-cut neckline and long train. Let's see, some more photos. Johnson and Hashian first met in 2006 while the actor was filming The Game Plan. I remember that film. And they started dating in 2007. They share daughters Jasmine and Tiana. Last July, Johnson cleared up rumors that him and Lauren had secretly wedded and explained they weren't in a hurry to get married. I just refer to her as my wife all the time. So a lot of people were like, oh, did you get married? He told Entertainment Tonight. I'm like, no, easy. Don't rush, Big Daddy. All right. The Rock was previously married to film producer Danny Garcia for 10 years. The former couple, who shared daughter Simone, split amicably in 2007. Speaking to People back in 2012, the Hobbs and Shaw star said he considered himself lucky to be able to find love again. I was so fortunate to have fallen in love once, said Johnson. To fall in love again, that's a hard thing to do twice. In the position I'm in, I'm one lucky son of a bitch. Let's see. First of all, she teases me about everything. He told People, nothing is off limits in our house, and it's the beauty of it. And I tease her with everything. Well, I will say this. Once again, this is a choice that he made. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it unless he was able to get her to sign a prenup. If he was able to get her to sign a prenup, then I could see him saying, okay, well, I'm gonna get married. Now I know some of you guys are gonna be like, well, prenups don't count. Prenups count, bro. They count. I think the only time a prenup is gonna be thrown out is if the marriage was like, it was a long marriage, let's say 20, 30 years or something like that, 15 years. And the woman, she's had the guy's kids, and they've been together. He started his success while he was with her, and she doesn't have any career or any money outside of that. That's one of the times I could say that the judge will throw out the prenup. But if the woman can financially support herself, I don't think that, and she's making her own money and things of that nature, I don't think the judge will throw out a prenup. It's very rarely the judge throws out a prenup. Very rarely. Like if you are a billionaire and your wife, barely has $100,000 in the bank, you're going to have to pay more than what was probably in that prenup. Especially if you was with that person for a long time and they got successful while I was with them, That's why lawyers get paid to do the heavy lifting. But be that as it may, he's comfortable marrying her now. He was with her for 11 years. They have two kids. He wasn't going nowhere. And y'all got to understand, even if he never married her, he still has 2 kids with her. So maybe in this situation, it's cheaper to keep her closer. And that's what I see in this situation. It's cheaper to keep her closer. And maybe, he's getting older. He's successful. But I would tell Dwayne, be careful, man. Women are on their best behavior, while they don't have that ring. Once they get that ring, that's when you see the changes occur. That's when you see everything change, because she's got you by the balls, man. But maybe he feels like she waited it out. Again, they have basically a family already together. So he's like, I want to keep her with me. But in either way, financially, he's still beholden to her. So no matter what, he's still beholden to her. I'm not saying that he should go and marry this woman. I'm not saying that at all. But that's his choice, and that's what he chooses to do. And Dwayne Johnson is not a dumb guy at all. He's a very intelligent business guy. I think he's a very intelligent guy, period. And he feels comfortable enough to marry her. I'm not about to sit on here and make it seem like I'm against something, but in my real life, I'm all about marriage. I'm all about family, I'm not going to sit here and be no hypocrite. I'm going to sit here and be honest and truthful with you. I'm not saying that I agree with this. I think the guy he's at his biggest earning power right now. And once again, women are going to be on point. Women are going to be at their best when financially you're doing great and they haven't gotten that ring yet. But time will tell whether things will change. Because now she has that ring. Now she's really secured the bag. She already secured the bag by having, Young was with him. But now that she has that ring, now we're really going to see if things remain the same. Because, women can get very complacent once they get that ring, man. And then they will start blaming you for why the relationship isn't the same, you know. And I just want to say this for women too. You know, you got a lot of women out there that say that they want marriage, right? As soon as they get married, because it's hard, it's very difficult to get a man to settle down and marry. That's why people are surprised by Dwayne Johnson getting married. I'm surprised that he got married. I am. I thought he was just going to be a bachelor, or he was just going to be dating her but not really marrying her. But it's very difficult for men to marry women these days, okay? And because of that, I think that once women get into those situations, they get complacent and they get comfortable because they feel like they've already got a grip on his pockets, you know. But again, they could have signed a prenup. We don't know yet, but he feels comfortable marrying her. So you can look at it and judge it for what it is. But those are just my thoughts. Y'all let me think in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts.